Okay, so I now have the original illustration signed, which I'm going to then scan, optimize, and that will be printed as the sign in print. But before I signed that, I actually did the same scanning and optimizing and printing of the unsigned original, so that I now have 50 signed prints. So these are the 50 hand-signed princes, the 50 hand-signed princes. These are the 50 hand-signed prints that will get put like golden tickets in random Jazza's Jazzy art boxes. And then these, speaking of golden tickets, these are more like platinum tickets. These are the 5 original artworks, each hand-signed from character design sessions, that will be again placed in random Jazzy art boxes. So these are all getting packaged together to be sent to my friends over at Smart Art to disperse. Now on top of that, I also got these printed just for funsies. So anyone who gets one of the 50 signed prints will also get a super fancy certificate of authenticity. I figured, like, aside from just having the signed thing, I don't know, some people might miss it, that it's a hand signed thing. So I figured slap that in there in every box with a hand signed one, so they know that it's hand signed. So today's been a pretty quiet day overall. I've been doing a whole bunch of prep for the Artie box stuff, the stuff I'm setting off, a whole bunch of admin stuff, and I actually have been also upgrading my network to be a 10 gigabit or gigabit, I forget, but anyways, a network upgrade, so that instead of transferring 100 megabytes a second between computers into my NAS, I can in theory transfer everything to a gigabyte a second, which is going to be a big game changer, especially with some of the exciting plans I have moving forward. But one of the more exciting things I can share with you guys is that this finally arrived in the mail. Ha! Oh yeah! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. The Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 4K. This has been the holy grail that I've been waiting for, that has finally arrived, and I'm really excited because this thing, let's do an unboxing. Now, here's the amazing thing about Blackmagic. If you buy one of their products, I think specifically one of their cameras, I don't know if it's the same with the monitors, but they give you a free copy of DaVinci Resolve Studio, which is the equivalent of Premiere Pro. And that's pretty amazing to me. I actually have more and more friends who are professional editors or animators who are using DaVinci Resolve instead of Premiere, because it's not only the equivalent of Premiere, it's also the equivalent of After Effects. But even people who don't use it for editing and compositing or animating actually agree that DaVinci is the #1 color grading tool. And there it is. Oh my god. Oh my god, look at you. Look at the screen. Look, you can see my smiling face in the big screen. Oh my god. Now, I don't know if the battery has any charge. Does it have any battery? It had some battery. It's on. Oh my god. Okay, you ready? I'm gonna put in my lens. Look at that monitor size. It's crazy. It's awesome, and it's touchscreen too. You just swipe up and down to hide all the settings. Now, the menu system, and I haven't even touched this before or used it, but I believe that the menu system is the same as the monitors. So you tap up here, there you go. So you can change your ISO by tapping that, change your ISO, change your white balance. It's all just up here. So the camera settings of pretty much all cameras I've used, including the GH5, the settings menus are all such bullcrap. This is like the most modern and easy to tweak menu setup I've ever seen on any camera ever. It's amazing. Ah, it feels so good. But like I said, I haven't familiarized myself with it, and I've been longing to, so I'm really just gonna get to know this baby over the next couple of weeks, and then I think maybe like a month from now, put out a review, something really extensive, focusing mainly on this, and then also touching on the micro studio cameras and then the monitors. But I really want to focus on this thing, and the reason I've been so excited to get this thing is because I think those of you who are looking to get a really professional quality video, like cinematic quality video, if you have your own channel, if you have your own content, this is one of the best ways to do it because it's super affordable. It comes with DaVinci Resolve, so you don't even have to have an Adobe subscription to start editing and compositing professional video. but it's like one of the most affordable, high quality cinema cameras you can get. I'm not sponsored by Blackmagic. Just in the last few months using the other equipment that they've sent me, I've been blown away. So I'm really excited to get my hands on this thing. Ooh, it tastes good too. There are so many reasons I'm excited for this camera, but one of them is that the USB-C port actually charges the battery, which I don't know why my GH5 has USB-C and doesn't charge or power or do any of that. This thing records 4K RAW, which is one of the things that my GH5 doesn't do. So excited. Oh, and you know what else I'm so excited about? My 3D printer! I've hooked up my 3D printer again. So I've done a test print, thank God, and I can now finally do some 3D printing again. Holy crap, I can't believe I actually blanked that the camera came with the DC power converted thing. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. So not only can it charge with USB-C, but you can also just charge with a bloody plug, which is one of my favorite things to do because it means you don't rely on any batteries. There you go, DC, 12 volt, clips in like that. Never have to worry about batteries again, which is the way I like to live because I use a studio setup, so I have everything plugged in. And the last thing I wanted to share with you guys in this random, very bitsy vlog is I am no longer using excuses. The question of the day is back in real time. I have reinstalled Java and the setup so that I can do question of the day on this computer or the other computer. So I will keep up with question of the day from now on. You put them in the comments and I'll catch them. Zaki Quack, who says, between the Oculus Rift and the Oculus Quest S, I imagine, which do you recommend for with and without a high-end PC? That's a tricky one because they obviously have very different functions, but I've got to say, like, I've only used the Quest out of the Quest and the Rift S so far. But the Quest is a big, the fact that there's no wires and it's all self-contained, and then the pass-through and the way you set up rooms, like it's so quick. You can stream it to like a mobile device or your TV so people can watch it while you play it, and the experience is like surprisingly good on the mobile VR. It's 6 degrees of freedom. Great quality games with really decent tracking. So that is now my go-to recommendation for everyone because it has tilt brush. So if you want to get into VR art, I would recommend the Quest because it's so self-contained. But the Rift S, again, I haven't used it yet. So maybe my opinion will change and I'll fall absolutely head over heels in love with that. But I just think in general, the more accessible virtual reality and virtual reality art is, the better and the higher it is as a recommendation from me. Because I love high-end stuff, but I know most people are going to have access to the more affordable stuff, and I highly recommend the Quest because it's very affordable and really great. Anyways, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. So much exciting stuff to look forward to. Oh my God. Oh, by the way, here's another thing. And this I'll show off in greater detail later, but I'll give you a hint at this point. I got a sample of like a faux brick, and I really love how that sample looks. So I've completed an order for this faux brick coverage for this whole wall up to the door, where it's going to look like a brick wall. The reason being, I'm going to turn this into like another sort of set. It'll be just a bit more of a random art creativity corner thing. I'll have the easel there, my drum kit will be off the side, I'll put up some shelves. But I figure like these two are more like backdrops. This is like a backdrop and this is like a backdrop, but I'm gonna do a bit more of a space there so I can sort of film around it. Plus I just think the texture of having the brick wall in here is gonna feel really funky and fun. Anyways, that's it for this video. Question of the day is back and exciting stuff is coming. I'll see you guys later.